Hello students, today in this session we will be going to discuss about the another element of marketing mix that is related with the placement of the goods or the physical distribution of the goods. We have already gone through the two P's of marketing mix related with product and price. So this is the third P of the marketing mix, related with the placement of the product, or let's say the place mix. So place mix is a combination of all those activities through which the producer or the manufacturer, he is moving the goods from the place of production to the place of consumption. So the number of activities which are involved here related with transportation of goods, storage of goods, and then the order processing of the goods are all included in the place mix and the components of the place mix only. So when the producer he is selling the goods, he knows one thing, that the goods are being produced in a particular part of the country. Let's say tea is being produced or manufactured in Assam, but that tea is consumed in each and every part of the country. So now it's the duty or the responsibility of the producer to see this thing, that how the goods will be distributed to the different consumers who are living in the different parts of the country. So there he has to make the decision related with the choices of the channels of distribution, because ultimately one thing is there, the choices of the channel of distribution is directly linked with the satisfaction of the consumer also. The faster the movement of the goods will be, the more satisfaction will be gained by the consumer. If the consumer is getting the goods on the right time, then he will be satisfied by the use of those goods. Now, what are the channels of distribution here? So the channel of distributions are divided into two categories. Okay. The first is direct channel. In direct channel, what happens? The goods are directly being sold by the manufacturer and it goes directly to the customer. So there are no mediators involved, like what we are seeing in teleshopping network, or what we are saying the goods sold through the internet or social media, where the producers they are directly selling the goods to the customer. So this is the direct channel of distribution. And the another channel, that is indirect channel. When we are talking about indirect channels, again in indirect channels there are different channels. The first channel in case of indirect, the producer or the manufacturer, he is selling the goods to the retailer, and the retailer he is selling the goods to the consumer. So this is called as single level channel of distribution, one level, because there is one mediator. The producer they are selling the goods to the retailer, and then the retailer are selling the goods to the consumer. In case of automobile, the producers of the automobile, they are selling the goods to the dealer, and then the dealer are directly selling the goods to the consumer. So there is only one mediator. So when there is one mediator involved, that is known as single level or one level channel of distribution. Then comes another level in which the producer, he is selling the goods to the wholesaler. Wholesaler is selling the goods to the retailer, and the retailer is selling the goods to the consumer. So what we are observing here, that between producer and consumer there are two mediators. So that is known as two-level channel. So in two-level channel of distribution, the producer, they are selling the goods to the wholesaler, and then wholesaler, they are giving the goods to the retailer, and ultimately the retailer are giving the goods to the consumer. So in this type of channel of distribution, all the goods related with the necessity like soap articles, cosmetic items are being sold. The wholesaler, he gets it from the producer, and then he gives to the retailer according to their needs and requirement, and then the retailer sold it to the consumer. Now we move to the next, in which there is one agent. Then from agent the goods goes to wholesaler, and then from wholesaler it goes to retailer, and then from retailer it goes to consumer. So in this case, what we have observed, 1, 2 and 3 mediators are involved. So this is a 3-level channel of distribution. In this, one more person party is added, one more mediator is added, that is agent. When the goods are being sold by the producer or the manufacturer in the deepest part of the country, in the deep part of the country. So what they are doing, they are appointing one person as their agent. They are giving the distribution agency to the certain mediator, and being known as distributor agent. And from this agent, the wholesaler, they are purchasing the goods, and then the retailer are purchasing from the wholesaler and giving to the consumer. According to the area wise, it can be divided like south zone, east zone, west zone. So if the area is very big, and if there are number of consumers, if there are number of retailers for them, wholesalers also need to be increased. So there is a need of an agent. So agents are appointed according to the area. So the wholesalers, they are collecting the goods from the agent. So this type of channel of distribution is known as the 3-level channel of distribution. So 1 level, 2 level, 3 level in case of indirect channel, and in case of direct channel there is no mediator, manufacturer directly sells the goods to the customer. Now in this case there are various components also. When we are talking about the physical distribution, so what are the components which are helping in the smooth movement of goods from one place to another place? In that case, we have got the components related with warehousing, where the storage of goods are being done, because there are certain goods which are manufactured throughout the year, but their consumption is taking place during certain part of the year or certain time period of the year. So those goods need to be stored properly, and there are certain goods which are produced and their consumption is taking place in a parallel manner. When the parallel consumption is taking place, still according to the demand, the goods are to be produced in large quantity. So we have to keep those goods also at a certain place so that the goods can move at the right time when demanded. So warehousing or the storage plays an important role in the physical distribution of goods. Then comes transportation of goods. The transportation sector is another important sector, that the goods should move from one place to another place as and when required. So what are the various means of transportation which are available? So we have to take this decision keeping in mind the availability of the resources of transportation, that whether we have to use the rail network, road network, water network or air network. So it depends again on the nature of the goods also, and the cost involved in transporting the goods from one place to another place ultimately will increase the cost of that product also. But transportation is one of the important components there. So faster and cheapest means of transportation should be used in order to move the goods from one place to another place. Then comes another component that is related with inventory. When we are talking about the inventory or the stock, how much stock is to be maintained? So when we are talking about the stock to be maintained, it depends on the factors like demand. If there is more demand of the products in the market and continuously you have to supply the goods, so you have to keep more stock of those goods. If the demand and supply are met parallelly, so then there is no need for you to keep the large amount of stock of those goods. You have to produce the goods and then the goods will be sold. So the production activity should keep on continuously being done and only a small amount of stock has to be kept. So stock is another thing. So we have to maintain the inventory according to the criteria like demand, like the nature of the goods. If there are certain goods where we have to sold or sell those goods during a particular time period only, but the manufacture of those goods take place throughout the year. So at that particular time period, those goods will be demanded in a bulk quantity. So we have to maintain the stock of those goods accordingly to meet the requirement at that particular time. So inventory control is also one of the main important things in the physical distribution. And lastly, the order processing. Order processing is also one of the things. Order processing is a sequential step. The order will be given to the salesman will give the order to the company, then company will see the credibility of the customer, then check all the information related with the availability of the material, the raw material or the produced goods which are being kept with them, and then the movement of those goods will take place. Ultimately all this thing will involve certain time period. So there is a time period which is there in the processing of the order. So it should be kept in mind by the producer that the time period should not be a long one or a lengthy one. Unless and until the goods are reaching to the consumer on time, he will not be able to make the use of those goods, or there will be no utility of the goods if the goods does not reach to the consumer on time. So the order processing is also one of the important components of the physical distribution. So there are 4 components we have discussed related with physical distribution, like warehousing, then transportation, then the next one was related with warehousing, transportation, order processing, and inventory. So these are the 4 major components related with the smooth flow of goods from one place to another in the placement or the physical distribution of the goods. So overall, this is the whole scenario of the physical distribution. So I hope now the understanding level will be more clear to you related with the third P of the marketing mix, that is the place mix. Thank you and have a nice day.